passage structure. It was put in 2010 by Brunswick Pipeline to compensate for the loss of fish habitat when they did their project. The intent of the project here is to allow fish to pass the Dig-de-Gouache Dam to Dig-de-Gouache Lake, and also to permit alewives, which are a species in the Maquoketa River system, to come up through this stream and into the Dig-de-Gouache Lake. In 2010, we did a functions test with 100 individuals. Those 100 individuals, within 5 minutes of becoming accustomed to the brook, went up into Dig-de-Gouache Lake, and that fall we had hundreds of thousands of juveniles moving down through the system back into the ocean. In 2010, I moved on to a different position, so habitat wasn't in this area. However, I was still interested because I am a community member, a local community member. I'm a local community member, and so I've been watching this stream every single year from 2010 until now. It took 5 years, so 2015 was the first time I saw adult alewives come up through this structure. And ever since then, it's gotten more and more and more. In 2011, there was comments from the public that said there was more alewives in the Maquoketa River system completely than ever before. They were wondering what was going on. Landowners in Lake Utopia were so concerned that there were so many fish that they were calling Fishers and Oceans to make sure there wasn't a problem. In the end, the structure is meant to be a brook, and it looks like a brook. We did an electrofishing survey a couple years after 2010, and we found all kinds of fish inside of it. They're using it just like their home, just like a regular brook, and that's the intent. The reason why we put the structure in is there is an 1800s a dam from the 1800s that blocks fish passage from Dig-de-Gouache Lake to the Linton Stream, which runs into the Maquoketa River. And in an attempt to regain fish passage or reconnect disconnected fish habitat, we agreed with Brunswick Pipeline to put this fish passage structure in. So this is the entrance to the nature-like fish passage structure. As you can see, there's pool riffle profiles built directly into the structure. There's rocks that hold the sediment back. They create a natural stream for fish to use. They can use it for spawning, they use it for rearing, they use it for food and safety, because there's deep pools 2 or 3 feet deep behind each one of these rocks. And it's actually quite nice to see. It looks exactly like a stream, and that's what the intent was. The pool riffle profile for this structure allows for a nature-like environment. As you can see, behind every single one of the big rocks is a pool. And like nature, the riffles go back and forth and allow fish a place to take a rest before they move up to the next pool, just like a fish ladder. Because this structure is made of rocks and gravel, it becomes a natural stream, and the fish can use it like their own home. Behind me is the Maquoketa River Dam. Underneath of me is salt water. The alewives have to go from the ocean underneath this bridge over that dam using the fish ladder at the dam to go to the Maquoketa River. Why do they do that? They want to reproduce. They live in their salt water for up to their adult life, but in order to make little alewives, they need to follow their migratory path from the ocean to the fresh water to spawn and lay their eggs. This is where the Linton Stream meets the Maquoketa River. All of the alewives that pass from the St. George Dam up the Maquoketa River have to come through here underneath this bridge, past these houses, to get to the natural bypass. The reason why we're here is not only am I a biologist, but I'm also a community member. The gray house you see in the background is my house. My kids play in that yard. They try to catch the alewives underneath this bridge, and they learn about fish. They learn about ecology. They learn about everything, not only because their dad's a biologist, but because they're wet. They're in the water. They're splashing around with the fish, trying to catch them, and they're loving it. That's why I have a vested interest to have the alewives make it to the Dig-to-Gouache Lake.